We begin with the latest on North Korea's third satellite launch attempt.
South Korea's military has assessed that North Korea's so-called military reconnaissance satellite has entered orbit.
In a chilling escalation of tensions, North Korea has issued a stark warning to the United States. Any interference with its space assets will be considered a declaration of war. This provocative statement has sent shockwaves through the international community, raising concerns about a potential conflict in the skies above. What exactly does North Korea mean by space assets? Could this include satellites, rockets, or even future space stations? The future of space exploration and peace hangs in a balance. We will be able to cooperate and harness the vast potential of space for the benefit of all humanity, or will it allow to become a new arena for conflict and destruction? Join us as we delve deeper into this critical issue and explore the potential consequences of North Korea's declaration. North Korea's stern warning and justification. North Korea issued a stern warning via state media, cautioning the United States against any potential threat or attack on its space assets. Declaring such actions as tantamount to declaration of war, the country's defense ministry, as reported by KCNA, emphasized that the U.S. Space Force perceived hostility toward North Korea's reconnaissance satellite, posed a direct challenge to their sovereignty, representing a severe provocation amounting to a declaration of war against the nation. The statement relayed through KCNA highlighted North Korea's firm stance on the matter, particularly in response to the U.S. alleged actions towards DPRK's recent launch spy satellite. Pyongyang's defense ministry underscored the gravity of this situation, categorizing it as direct affront to their authority and potentially escalating tensions. North Korea's satellite deployment and verification challenges. This warning follows North Korea's announcement of successfully placing its inaugural spy satellite, referred to as Maligyeong-1, into orbit. Despite North Korea's assertion, neighboring countries like South Korea, the United States, and Japan remained unable to independently confirm the satellite's successful orbiting. In concurrent move, shortly after North Korea's satellite launch, South Korea initiated its deployment of a spy satellite into orbit with a collaboration of the space company SpaceX. This development occurs within the backdrop of escalating military tensions among these countries, further intensifying the complex geopolitical landscape in the region. South Korea's response and concurrent satellite deployment. North Korea, via state media, delivered a stark warning to the United States, cautioning against any perceived threat to its space assets, deeming such actions tantamount to a declaration of war. KCNA reported country's defense ministry assertions that the U.S. Space Force alleged hostility toward North Korea's surveillance satellite directly challenged their sovereignty, constituting a grave provocation amounting to a word of declaration. This warning followed North Korea's claim of successfully deploying its first spy satellite, named Maligyeong-1, into orbit. Despite North Korea's assertion, countries such as South Korea, the United States, and Japan were unable to independently verify the satellite's successful placement in the orbit. Coinciding with North Korea's satellite launch, South Korea initiated its own spy satellite deployment in collaboration with SpaceX. This event unfolds amidst escalating military tensions among these nations, adding complexity to the already intricate geopolitical landscape in the region. Understanding North Korea's space ambitions. North Korea's drive for space capabilities derive from multifaceted goals. Firstly, it's a bid to bolster national pride and technological progress, positioning the nation as a global force and underlining military might. Secondly, the space program holds strategic value, offering potential advantages in reconnaissance, missile guidance, and anti-satellite capabilities, fortifying deterrent strategies. Lastly, North Korea's eyes economic growth through space technology, emphasizing advancement in communication, navigation, and weather forecasting to enrich citizens' lives and stimulate overall development. North Korea's space program has faced significant challenges, including economic constraints, technical limitations, and international sanctions. However, the country has made steady progress in recent years, and its space ambitions are likely to continue growing. The US response and escalating tensions. The United States has responded to North Korea's space advancement with its own initiative, including the establishment of US Space Force. This new military branch is tasked with protecting US interests in space and deterring potential threats. The US Space Force has developed capabilities to track and monitor satellites, and it's exploring the use of anti-satellite weapons. The development of space-based weapons. The US is developing a range of space-based weapons, including lasers, missiles, and directed energy weapons. These weapons could be used to disable or destroy satellites, giving the US significant advantage in a conflict in space. The strengthening of alliances. The US has strengthened its alliances with South Korea and Japan, which are also concerned about North Korea's space ambitions. These alliances provide the US with a network of partners to monitor and respond to North Korea's threat in space. The US response has further strained relations. The US response has further strained relations with North Korea and heightened the risk of miscalculation that could lead to conflict. North Korea views the US Space Force and the development of space-based weapons as a threat to its sovereignty and a potential catalyst for conflict. The potential for conflict in space. The escalating militarization of space forewarns a potential era of warfare transcending Earth's bounds. This prospect involves various action. Assault on satellites crucial for communication and intelligence, spacecraft interception including orbital debris hazards, and the deployment of anti-satellite weaponry triggering retaliatory strikes. Such conflicts jeopardize critical services, disrupting communication and navigation, posing threats to infrastructures, and carrying vast implications for global security and stability. The escalating tensions between North Korea and the United States highlight the growing importance of space as a strategic domain. As nations continue to develop and deploy space technology, the potential for conflict in space becomes increasingly real. Thank you for joining us in exploring this critical issue. We hope you will continue to follow our coverage of this developing story. Together we can promote peaceful cooperation and ensure that space remains a domain of exploration and discovery, not conflict and destruction. If you like this video, click the next one shown on the screen. I'm sure you'll like it. Thanks for watching.